What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is the home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Last night was a lot of fun. The draft, first round is over. The Miami Dolphins give them a pair of Jaylens. Waddle and Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Miami. Jaylen Waddle and Jaylen Phillips, the newest, the brightest stars. I'm so excited, man. We're taking care of business down in Miami. Good morning. Wake up. Let's go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Man, what a night last night. And I got to be honest with y'all, man. I'm kind of losing my voice. So if I don't sound, on top of my game, please forgive me. I'm going to do this stream, and I'm probably going to be very quiet for the rest of the day unless there's breaking news, so that I can save the rest of the voice that I have for tonight. All right, man, I got to be honest with y'all. I went to sleep about 3 a.m. I woke up about 7, got a little 4 hours. So I'm working on fumes. Man, I'm losing my voice. This is crazy, but it's all right, man. It's all right, man. All that shouting and screaming and hooping and hollering last night, it was all worth it, man. How y'all doing this morning? How are y'all doing? Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to TDPHINSTALK. Man, how are y'all this morning? We're gonna try something new here. So I want y'all to tell me. I'm gonna need your help real quick. I want to know because I want to play some of the sounds of Chris Grier and Brian Flores' press conference, but I also want to know if you all can hear it as well. So I'm about to play a little to test it out, and you let me know in the comment section whether or not you can hear it. Here comes a clip of it, and y'all let me know if y'all hear Chris Grier and Brian Flores. All right, here we go. So let me know in the comment section, do you hear it? Yes or no? No? Oh, man, I don't know why. Y'all give me a second. Give me 1 second, all right? What about now? What about now?
Passion and energy. And so, as Brian and I and the coaches and scouts were going through it, this guy.
Let me know in the comment section. What about now?
Someone that we've had our eye on for the last couple of years, just watching.
No? Okay. Let me see if this is why. Give me a second. Let me see if I put it on the screen, if that makes a difference.
Waddle was somebody who definitely stood out.
Now, do you hear it? Seeing Brian Flores on the screen?
Just a really good player. And then getting to know him was that kind of, I would say.
Let me know. So you can hear it when I put it on the screen. Okay, that's what it is. So it has to be on the screen. Okay. Let me try to make it small.
I want to follow up on actually that point right there, because I mean, for a kid like that,
what about now with him off of the screen?
National title game, but kind of
shows the last test. What about right now with him off of the screen?
Is that something that maybe when you're watching the title game pops out on the screen to you, maybe more so
Still
than
gold.
another
Perfect.
player out there?
I figured out how to
No, I
play
think
the
it's
sounds.
yeah,
All right,
again
cool.
shows the character
It's
and how
good to know.
important
All
football is
right.
to them. Like you said, a lot of players.
All right. So
Um,
awesome. All right. So with that being said, yeah, but it's low. I'm gonna turn it up. See if I can get it as high as I possibly can. With that being said, that's what I want to do this morning. I want to start out with some of the sound bites here from Brian Flores and Chris Grier and their presser, and see what they had to say about last night. And then we're gonna break some of it down because it's very interesting. All right. But again, thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get it. Let's go right into it. Here we go. We got Chris Grier and Brian Flores discuss round one of the NFL draft. Here we go.
um, First of all, Coach Flo suit game looks good. Just with Jaylen Waddle, I just want to know what particular skill set he had that separated him from other receivers in this draft.
I think with Jaylen, we've watched him over the years. He's been a dynamic, explosive player. Even from his freshman year there, he just flashed and saw stuff, and I think this season demonstrated the type of player, and even last season, he's contributed there every year. We love his athletic ability, his run after catch, obviously the speed, but it's also his toughness. He's a very competitive kid. He loves ball. It's important to him. I think you guys see how he plays. He plays with passion and energy. And so, as Brian and I and the coaches and scouts were going through it, this guy has been someone that's caught our eye, and it's not just this year. This is someone that we've had our eye on for the last couple of years, just watching.
Yeah, I would echo those sentiments. Obviously, we watched a lot of Tua last year. In doing that, we saw, really all the players at Alabama. And, Waddle was somebody who definitely stood out as a receiver, as a returner, just a really good player. And then getting to know him was uh, that kind of, I would say, confirmed a lot of the things we had heard. And then we just think he's a very, very, very good player, good person, and somebody who fit our locker room.
I want to follow up on actually that point right there because I mean, for a kid like that who's projected to go in the first round anyway, obviously didn't have to go and play in that national title game, but kind of showed that passion and want to be out there with his teammates. Is that something that maybe when you're watching the title game pops out on the screen to you, maybe more so than another player out there?
I think it just again shows the character and how important football is to him. Like you said, a lot of players would have opted not to play and risk injury, but he wanted to be with his teammates and worked hard to rehab and get back and be out there and contribute. And so for us, it just
I forgot all
as we
about
got to
that.
know him, as Brian said, it just kind of completed the picture. Even really, it's not to get before we even really knew him, just to say this is the type of kid that loves ball and it would fit our culture.
Hey guys,
See, Miami loved that about Waddle. First of all, he was the better wide receiver, in my opinion. Second off, this kid was injured and worked hard just to get back to help his team compete on the biggest stage, man. And that's what they look for, man. That type of fire, that type of competitiveness. He could have dialed it in and say, I'm getting ready for the NFL draft. But no, what did he do? He put in that work and he said, I gotta be out on that field, even if I'm not 100%, to help my team. And they fell in love with it.
along those same lines, Jaylen Phillips had admitted that maybe somewhere along the lines his passion for football wasn't as strong throughout his journey. What convinced you guys that he was in fact a fit for this culture and can bring the passion and energy that you guys would want here with the Dolphins?
Well, Brian, myself, the coaches, the scouts, we spent a lot of time through the pre-draft process getting to know him. And I think the one thing when you watch him play, you would never question his passion and effort and stuff because he plays 100 miles an hour and he's got a tremendous motor and effort. And you can tell football is very important to him. And I think like any person when you're that young, going into college and doing stuff, and maybe hit a little bit of adversity there. I think it's just maturing and growing, and so I think watching him over his career, he's one of the top players in the country in high school, and just watching his growth over the last few years that we got to know him, we felt very comfortable with it. And on film, there's no doubt that this guy loves football, and so we're very excited to have him.
Hey guys, Tua said something last season to the effect of the team having only one really, really fast receiver in Jakeem. How much did that statement have on you guys going out and getting Will Fuller and Jaylen Waddle tonight?
I don't think we react to any player statements. At the end of the day, Brian, myself, working with coaches and scouts, we evaluate everything, and we'll do what's best for the Dolphins. I think at the end of the day, we'll always do what's best for the organization. So I don't put a lot of stock in those statements. We have conversations with players all the time, but we don't let that drive our decision making.
Yeah, I got nothing to add there.
Hi, my question's for Chris. Last week, Chris, when you spoke to us, and I'm just going to read off your quote. You said, in terms of pass rush, we feel good about it.
Flores does not look happy about that last question. Flores thinking in his head, Tua better not have said that. Man, what's wrong with these kids? They don't listen to what we tell them to do. Stop talking to the media like that. But hey, did y'all see Flores? Let me back it up. Flores did not like that. Look at him.
Hi, my question's for Chris. Last week, Chris, when you spoke to us, and I'm just going to read off your quote. You said, in terms of pass rush, we feel good about it. After feeling, good and satisfied about where you guys were with Van Ginkel and Agba last year, adding Phillips to that group, what do you think he brings in terms of fit to the scheme and what he'll be able to do for Brian and Josh Boyer?
Like I said, we're very excited, and we're always looking to keep improving the roster. Brian, myself, Coach, we all talk about that all the time. And the opportunity that Jaelan was, we were tremendously excited for. We think he's a very talented player. He fits what we're looking for, in terms of everything, toughness, effort, competitiveness, and the production on the field. So anytime we can add to a position, whether it's a position of strength as people view it or not, we're going to keep working to upgrade the roster. So for us, this was a big get for us.
You never have enough pass rush. You know that.
Hey Chris, it's Joe over here. Chris, obviously Kyle Pitts and Jamar Chase are two skilled receiving talents who might also have added to the team. How did you feel seeing them go with the 2 picks in front of your spot, knowing that you had traded down from 3?
Yeah. No, I told you we're very comfortable where we were. We had a number of players, like we said, about 4 players we felt really good about taking at 6, and we'd be tremendously happy to have. So we had, again, don't look back, but at the end of the day, we're tremendously excited, and this was a player we've been looking at for a couple of years. So for what we want to do for our team and our roster, we were very happy to have Jaelan, and no regrets, and say that with all honesty to you.
Hi. So everything you said about Waddle, I'm sure you saw Devontae Smith. He's on the same team and did a lot of things for Alabama. Why Waddle over Smith?
Smith or Waddle?
At the end of the day, they're both really good players and really good kids, and very competitive. Just, as we went through it, it's the explosiveness that, Waddle gives you, as well as the return game, as Ryan mentioned. And for us, that's that dynamic trait. And you can only imagine the text Brian and I got from people talking about what a great pick and explosive and how this guy is, you guys saw the comparisons. But for us, it was getting to know the kid, And we were really, really happy and knowing how competitive and tough. But it's just they're both really good players. Devontae's going to be a really good player in this league. For us, it was the explosive playmaking ability and the return ability for us that we really liked.
But once again, ladies and gentlemen, Smith was never the target for Miami. Now, if Waddle was gone and all of that, which he wouldn't have been at 6, they listen. Smith, they would have taken Panay well over Smith. I am telling y'all, Smith was never the target. Smith was just a guy who all of these people who don't know football, who wanted to pick the Heisman Trophy winner wanted. And I'm sorry, that's just the truth. Smith was never their target. Most real football heads were already telling everybody, don't take Smith, take Waddle. They were already telling everybody. But no, everybody, Smith. He won the Heisman, man. Y'all better stop that mess. Waddle was the target. Now, the reality is Chris Grier did say, at number 6, we were just fine. We had 4 players that we would have been just fine taking. And I'm going to tell you those 4 players are. Number 1 was Kyle Pitts. Number 2 was probably Chase. Number 3 was Waddle. And number 4 was Panay Sewell. And those were the 4. Smith was never the target. But those were the 4 guys. And they ended up getting their 3rd guy. And they were just fine with that, picking up that extra 3rd round pick in the future. So even though we would have loved a talent like Kyle Pitts, and if we would have stayed at 3, we could have potentially secured that. But at the same token, sometimes you got to gamble. And we saw a situation where the worst case scenario, we still get a player who's going to be here for years to come and very productive in a position of need, which is the slot, because we can't really rely on the guys that we got, and or they're about to get shipped out of here. And that's just the reality of it. Well, excuse me, not for a 3rd round pick, but for a future 1st and a 3rd round pick. So let me get that straight now. It's for a future 1st and a 3rd round pick. So sorry about leaving that future 1st out. So we picked up another 1st round draft pick, ladies and gentlemen, of the future, and a 3rd round pick. And that's the type of moves you make. If you can't, even if you could have got Kyle Pitts, hey, just think about it. You get Kyle Pitts or you get Jaylen Waddle, a 1st round pick and a 3rd round pick. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you really think about it, that Jaylen Waddle 1st round pick and 3rd round pick could end up being way more valuable, because then you got that 1st round pick as well. And you don't know what that's going to turn out to be, but we're not going to look back. I mean, it might be you never know. It might be one of the best players in the draft. Don't let it be another Tunsil situation. Don't let that big pick be a top 10. And then we get all kind of assets for that too. But that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Hey, Matt with the donation said, because of this Waddle pick, is Grant gone? I mean, I don't know. I'm going to be quite honest with y'all. Grant could be gone, but y'all got to realize Grant was not the number 1 anyway. This might be scary for a guy like Albert Wilson, because we saved some decent money on that contract too, but Grant is still potentially needed from a kick returner standpoint. We talk about a Pro Bowl kick returner. Don't forget that, ladies and gentlemen. Still a great asset to have on the roster and be a backup to Jaylen Waddle. So Grant, whether y'all like it, once again, Jakeem Grant wasn't the issue last year. The issue was putting him in a number 1 receiver role. So let's remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's stop ragging on Jakeem Grant. He was not the issue last year. The issue was having to put him in a number 1 receiver role. Now he gets to go back to being exactly what he is, a kick returner and a second option behind the starter who can come in and make a few plays here and there, but not be relied on to make the biggest of plays. And he's going to be just fine doing that. And you're going to get some production. He's gonna be the type of guy that's gonna give you 250 yards on the season, but those are very impactful 250 yards. Very impactful when you least expect it. That's what he's gonna be. He never needed to be in that number one role. So he's gonna keep working hard. And I'm not even inclined to move on from Jakeem Grant. That's not the move for me. Let him go back to where he belongs. Now he's a backup to Jaylen Waddle, in my opinion, and he can return kicks as the starter back there. So that's the role he's always supposed to be in. And we criticize him because they gave him a bigger role and he couldn't handle it. Nobody ever said that he could. I mean, we would have loved him to have, but he didn't. It is what it is, man. All right, let's keep it moving.
Good evening, gentlemen. I wanted to ask you about the decision with Phillips. Obviously, having the opportunity to pick the first pass rusher in the draft or edge player in the draft is a great situation. But what went into your decision in terms of evaluating other positions of need and your board? I'm sure you picked BPA because that's your way, Chris. But did you expect and project the run at running back that you saw in the first round?
Yeah, Brian and I, the coaches and scouts, again, we do a lot of work pre-draft, a lot of calls, information, and mock drafts, going through our own stuff, looking at it. And yeah, we thought that could happen, but for us, Jaylen was the best player on our board at that point. And so,
bam.
As Brian said, you can never have enough pass rush, and we all felt that way. So for us, we were tremendously excited that Jaylen was there. And we didn't think he would be there. And, we were happy to get him.
Did y'all hear that? I told y'all. First of all, let me tell y'all this. Jaylen Phillips, I was wrong last night. I said he was the target all the time. He wasn't the target. I believe guys like Michael Parsons were the target, but they were gone. But Grier just told you he was the highest one on their board. They didn't think he would even be there. They didn't even think they would be able to get him. But what did they do? They got him. So he was definitely going to be the guy if he was the one there. And that's crazy. They didn't think he was going to be there. And again, you can never have enough pass rushers, but this guy, first rounder, let me tell you something. Let me tell you the beautiful thing about Jaylen Phillips. The way that we're schematically set, you don't even have to rush him to start, ladies and gentlemen. If you want, you can truly develop this kid and give him some time to get to where you want him. And hey, maybe in camp he shows up and he's the guy that's playing, starting out. But I'm gonna tell you, you don't have to rush him to start. You can come in and you can let this be his first rookie season and give him, that 30 to 50% snap range and get him acclimated. Situational until he's starting to take on that role and either replace Agba or add to the fray. And that's what they're hoping this turns out to be. He either is going to be the replacement or have that two-headed monsters coming off of the edge. So this is going to be a good look, man. I love this move by Miami. I think this is a potential underrated pick up by the Dolphins, and a lot of people are scratching their head about it, but time will tell. See, let me tell you this about the draft. We could all sit here and say whether it was a good pick or a bad pick, but time has to tell all, That's all it comes down to. Time has to tell all. Because even last year, even with Tua Tagovailoa being selected at 5, I never was mad about the pick. I never said, oh, this was a bad pick. I just said that I wouldn't have picked him at the moment, but time will tell, So at the end of the day, y'all stop listening to these people. Oh, that was a bad pick. Oh, why would we do this? Why would we do that? Well, why don't you say that when it all works itself out? Why don't you say that when it all works itself out? And I always use Tom Brady as the example. What if back in Tom Brady's draft day that he was picked number 1 overall by whatever team was picking number 1? And they said, Tom Brady, have y'all lost y'all mind? Y'all are so stupid. Why would you pick him at number 1 overall? But if your scouting has him number 1 overall and he turns out to be the GOAT like Tom Brady is, then everybody else need to shut up. That's what it's about. That's why I don't get into all of that. Oh, that was a bad pick. Why would we do that? Let these guys get on the NFL field, and then we will grade the scouting department at that point. It's that simple. So at the end of the day, I don't want to hear that, oh, that was a bad pick by Miami. No, it wasn't. Could watch this kid ball out. Watch you be screaming, talk about, we got our next Cam Wade. And then we going to hear crickets. People going to act like, oh, not me. I was rooting for him on draft night. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Why? Because you wanted Najee Harris and you got in your feelings. You wanted Najee Harris and you got in your feelings. Get out your feelings. Let's go, Chris Grier. Oh, I ain't hit play.
Chris, did you have conversations with the Cowboys about them moving up to 6? And if so, how serious were they?
We had a number of conversations with a couple teams, but I would say nothing was very serious. So I'm not going to go into what teams and who. Just have respect for them. But we had a couple teams that called and were interested. But at the end of the day, Waddle was the guy we wanted, and Brian and I talked it over, and that we made the pick with the player that we wanted to be here and was the best fit for the Dolphins.
They wanted that man. I know Smith.
I imagine you had some conversations with Tua regarding Waddle. What can you share with us as far as anything Tua might have said about Waddle, and how quickly do you think they might develop chemistry given that they have that much experience together already?
Tua was very supportive of really all his teammates at Bama. So Waddle, Smitty, Harris, Leatherwood. I mean, he was very complimentary of all those guys. So I think he was excited that we chose Waddle. But to answer your question, he was complimentary of all the players at Bama.
Therefore, Tua's input didn't matter to them. That's all that means, y'all.
What is your vision? I guess it's maybe
he raved them all. Let me tell you something. That says a lot, because Flores gives you the answers without giving you the answers. His answer just meant Tua's opinion didn't matter, because he basically raved about them all. Tua was, let me tell you, that makes me feel like Tua was the guy who was like, oh yeah, he's this and that. Tua didn't be like, I think that he has, an area to improve in this regard. I think he can get better in that, because that's what they look for. They look for you to say, tell me which one of these guys, about these guys. And they hope that you'll bring out some of the flaws they have, so that they can, wonder if they can, get a real assessment. Tua ain't do that. You already know Tua wasn't that type of guy that's going to do that. He just going to build them up. And Flores basically just told you that Tua was supportive of all the guys. And basically that meant his opinion didn't matter, because when they ask you, about these players, they're actually waiting on you, their quarterback at the time, to tell us what flaws each of them have, so that we can get a real gauge. But he ain't do it. And that's what Brian Flores is basically telling you right there. Tua was very supportive of them all. So therefore, his opinion of them all didn't even matter to them. All right?
Waddle, I know you play a lot in the slot at Bama and get some returning. Where do you see him kind of starting off, helping your offense?
His role is going to be what he makes it.
Facts.
All the film we've seen, and we think he'll fit inside or outside. I think he'll add a speed element, and obviously he has some value in the return game. So I think his versatility is a big part of this. his ability to play inside, to play in the slot, to play on the perimeter, to play in a return game. You know, we're very, very excited to have him or both Jaylens, to be honest with you, and we're excited.
Question for Brian. I'm not sure how much, if at all, you studied the two quarterbacks that have been added to the AFC East tonight, Zach Wilson and Mac Jones. But how do you feel about the caliber of young quarterbacks within your division now?
Two very good players, two talented guys, smart, and I think the Jets and New England got two very good players, and I'm sure they're excited about adding those pieces. You know, the same way we're excited about adding the guys that we added tonight. And I think now it's about getting them in and getting them acclimated and getting them adjusted to the National Football League and learning the playbook and kind of fitting into the locker room and fitting into the culture of obviously our team with our guys and their team with them. But, very talented players, and I'm sure they're excited.
Guys, it seemed we were on the call with Jaylen Waddle when he found out that Devontae got picked, and he just got really excited and even got very emotional when talking about Surtain and all his teammates at Alabama getting picked and seeing their dreams come true and all this. Is that the kind of stuff you guys found out about him? Just sort of the the camaraderie and the supportive nature that he brings to the table, and how much of a factor is that sort of thing outside of the talents he has on the field?
I mean, I would say the talent is the first thing we're looking at, and I think that stood out. But for sure, his I mean, he talked about being a teammate and how important that was. He talked about the camaraderie that he and both Jaylen Phillips and Jaylen Waddle both talked about the camaraderie and how important that is. So obviously that's important to us, but as players, I mean, these guys, that's what stood out first.
No, that's exactly what it is. He was a great kid. He loved football, but he loved his teammates as well. And that's, like Brian said, that's what really stood out through the interview process. He's very quick to talk about his teammates and give them a lot of credit for helping them improve to be a better player and his coaching staff. So very humble kid as well, too, but very driven and competitive.
Nice. I know we got the
Jaylen, congrats.
Waddle presser. We'll get to that in just a moment. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it from Flores and Grier. Here's the reality of it all right? Man, listen. Waddle was the guy. Of course, if Pitts was there, they that was an option, but they didn't feel like they needed to use the number 3 pick on securing one of these guys. See, at some point, you have a list of players that you would take, and they had 4 guys on the board that they could have taken at number 6, and you got to play those odds because at the end of the day, you don't lose. You're not losing. You're not losing by taking those odds. You got 4 guys on the board at number 6 that you would take, and 2 of them might have been gone, but you still got another 2. It was guaranteed, and the only cost, the benefit of it all is gaining an extra first-round pick in the future and a third-round pick in the future. That's smart football, ladies and gentlemen. That's smart front office work. And that's what you got to do. And in regards to Jaylen Phillips, listen, again, I can't prove it to y'all. Some of y'all ain't going to listen to me in this regards, but y'all are going to see. Y'all are going to see when it's all said and done in the future. Man, I'm so happy we picked this kid. I think he's going to be really explosive in the NFL. This kid is coming into this league with NFL-ready moves. This kid is coming to this league. He's very explosive, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. But let's hear from the two kids. Let's hear from Jaylen Waddle, and then I'm gonna see if I can find Phillips' espresso. Let's see what they had to say, man. Here we go.
Congrats on being picked by the Dolphins. Obviously, you get an opportunity here to reunite with Tua. Has he talked to you yet? And how exciting does that opportunity present itself to reunite with Tua?
I haven't talked to Tua yet, but I can tell you I'm excited just to get back with him, get everything down, get our timing down and things like that. Luckily for me, we spent time together at Alabama, so just got to keep going.
Hey, Jaylen, welcome to Miami. What was the draft process like for you, and what were some of your early conversations like with Brian Flores and Chris Grier?
The process was great, and our conversations is wouldn't say confidential, but just probably gonna stay between just us.
Ooh, thank you, baby. Ooh, the wife that made me a breakfast smoothie. Love you. I figured. I'm losing my voice. No, it's good. Good, healthy breakfast smoothie. You know what, man? I had to pause right there. Why did I pause? First of all, y'all hit the like button, please. Show your love. But I had to pause because that's what I'm talking about. Why is it so hard for these players to get on board? One thing y'all haven't noticed, we've had a little bit of problem with that in Miami. Getting these players on board to what Flores and Grier tells them. And guess what? Waddle, less than an hour of being a Miami Dolphins, he already gets it. Did y'all hear what he just said? It sounded like Chris Grier and Flores was talking. Listen to this again.
And Chris Grier.
The process was great, and our conversations is wouldn't say confidential, but just probably gonna stay between just us.
Our conversations are just private, and they're gonna stay between us. He already, like they done already told the man. They done already told the man, listen, we keep all our conversations private. They stay between us. And he gets it already, man. Yeah, this kid understands, man. He already got them pro traits, those professional traits, man. And I love it, man. Hey, I'm getting excited. Let's go, Waddle.
Hey, Jaylen, congrats on getting picked by the Dolphins. We hear so much from Brian Flores about players with high character, and just wondering, did you trying to play in the national championship game, showing you want to be out there with your teammates, do you think that went a long way with coaches, and more specifically, maybe even the Dolphins? Is that something that came up as a positive in your pre-draft meetings?
Well, honestly, I just played because I love to play the game. So I wasn't really thinking on how I came off to anyone or anything like that. They never really spoke about it or anything like that or anything, but I'm just, trying to be me. I played because I wanted to play, not to come off any type of way or try to come off at tough, anything like that.
Hal? Jaylen, congratulations. I wanted to ask you more about your partnership with Tua. Normally, when rookies come into the NFL, there's a little bit of time that you have to get used to your quarterback. How do you feel your chemistry is going to go right off the bat since you played with him before?
I mean, it's there for sure. It definitely needs to improve, and something that we're going to try to improve on. So it's good to, be familiar with him, but I'm coming to work, and I know he is too. So just getting it down and just going back and having at it day by day, just trying to build it more.
Yeah, love it.
Hey, Jaylen, what's up, man? Welcome to Miami. I know we've heard all the talk about your speed and Tyreek Hill comparisons pre-draft. How would you describe your game and what you think your impact can be on this league?
Yeah, I get a lot of comparisons to Tyreek just because our small size and being able to be a runner. But I want to be, my own player and try to play the game that that I play and
Let's
try to do
go.
my own style, not trying to, emulate someone else's style. So I think I'm going to, try to be the player that I always have and try to make plays for the team and just trying to, put the team in position to win.
Tyreek who? Tyreek who? Yeah, forget Tyreek Hill. I'm about to be Jaylen Waddle. Y'all better get it. Tyreek who? I'm Jaylen Waddle. I'm gonna be my own man. Oh man. Listen. See, this is why he got picked. This is why I love the game. Oh my gosh, man. Tyreek who? Man.
Jaylen, how can you make Tua better?
Make him better? I don't know if that's a thing or anything. I feel like that it goes both ways. He's gonna make me better. I'm gonna make him better, and we just gonna push each other and try to get better each and
Love
every
it.
day.
That's right.
Omar.
Hi, Jaylen. Congratulate. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Congratulations once again. Just curious how you see yourself kind of fitting into this particular offense, what you might know about it, and how you can impact here this particular team.
I'm just gonna do my best to do what the team asking me, and try to be the best player and do the things that the team asks of me at the highest level and the level that I know I can play at. But I'm gonna try to do whatever my coaches want of me.
That's right, baby.
Jaelan, I'd like to ask you a little bit more about your speed. Where do you think you rank right now in the NFL among the fastest players?
Who's telling? I don't know. Honestly, it's not something that run by my mind or anything like that.
I'm worried about being the fastest. I'm worrying about being the best, baby.
Safin?
Jaylen, just overall, what is this moment and being drafted in the NFL? What does it all mean to you, man?
It's special. Just getting that call is something special, and I honestly never had that mixed emotion feel ever in my life. So it was a lot of hard work that got put into making this moment happen. So just seeing it all come into action is something special.
Jaylen, this is Mark Berman at Fox in Houston. Can you talk about what playing at Episcopal High School has meant to you to get you where you are today, and the fact that two of your teammates are going to join you in the NFL draft here at some point?
Oh yeah, EHS is special. It's always a special place in my heart. I really, always love the game, but I really truly fell in love with the game. Just being there, being around the guys, and like you said, we got two more players, actually three, with Jamal Austin from A&M, that's going to be drafted and have me. We're going to be in the NFL, so it's just great just knowing that I played alongside great players, and we all went our separate ways, but get to meet up all on the big stage.
Mm.
Yeah, it's amazing. Jaylen, you kind of went a little viral after you got picked, leaving all your family behind in the draft room. What was that moment like for you? What can you kind of talk us through that moment?
It was special, just walking out there, and, having that moment. And it's just special just to share it with your loved ones for sure. So it's something that you can't even describe.
This kid's mature, y'all.
Hey, Jaylen, I know you were coming off that ankle injury in college. Where are you health wise?
I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Josh?
Rehab
Jaylen,
complete.
there was a lot of discussion, between you and Devontae. I don't know if you just saw, but he went 10. What does it mean for both of you to go in the top 10? And you passed by him on the way to the stage.
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said Devontae just got drafted at 10. What did it mean for both of you guys to get selected in the top 10?
Where did he end up going?
Philly.
He went to Philly? Yeah, I said y'all was gonna remind me. I said y'all was gonna remind me.
Yeah, tell Renzo what's up. But what's it mean for both of you guys to go in the top 10? And obviously, you passed by him on the way to the stage.
Man, it's just a moment you get to share with your brother. Smith's like
Smith
my
through
brother,
Waddle.
man. So it's just, man, it's just a lot of emotion. I almost seen him like tear up, and Smith's not like a real emotional guy. So, man, it's like a special moment you just share with your brother. Pat, Smitty, Mac, Baltimore. It's something special. So it just makes the moment even more special and even more emotional.
Mark Kelly.
Jaylen, I want to bring up the point that Tua has now played with 4 quarterbacks taken in the first round and possibly a running back that's going to be taken in the first round. Were you guys the best offense, in your opinion, weaponry in college football history?
I'm not like really big on trying to compare and stack up like
That's what I'm
teams
talking
on teams, because this teams that's like other decades and other things like that. I can tell you that we was really good. A lot of talent in that room and on the team, especially on that side of the ball. But I don't really know, want to get into like the best ever or anything like that. But I tell you that we was really good.
Jaylen, tell us about your experiences
Just
in
keep
South
hearing
Florida.
the maturity,
How
man.
much time have you spent here, and what are your impressions of the area?
I got to spend time there for bowl games, and like I said, my good friend Pat is from the Florida area, so I'll go out there and hang with him from time to time. But I really like to spend like a good amount of time there, So I'm excited to get around the culture, get around the people there, and get around my teammates, try to build bonds, and just get ready and try to do well for the organization.
I love it. I love it. Love it, man. We're about to have Jaylen Phillips presser in just a second. But listen, y'all, Waddle's maturity was on full display. This kid's not trying to get into the comparison game and the numbers and who's the best, this and that. You can tell he just focused on being a good football player, coming out and working and doing his part. He's not looking for all the attention in the world. He's not looking to be that diva. He doesn't seem like it's rare to have the receiver that's not looking to be the diva. Like, yeah, it's me and I'm here and all this. He just looks so humble and like he ready to get to work. He ready to get to work and just do his job, take care of his family, and be the best pro he can be. You can hear it all in his voice. It's just, man, there's no shock why they drafted this man. There's no shock why they drafted this man whatsoever, man. Ain't no shock at all why this man was drafted. This is crazy, man. Somebody said, I love Tua, but no excuses this year. Let's cook. He got Waddle and Fuller. We added Waller and Fuller. Nobody can say nothing about the receiving core. We added Waller and Fuller. Come on. Waddle and Fuller, ladies and gentlemen. 2 additions. Man, we got 600 people watching early in the morning. I might have to start getting up early in the morning more often, huh? Y'all like the early morning streams? Let me know in the comment section right now. Do you enjoy the early morning streams? Yes or no? Yes or no? Y'all gonna have me getting up early. Y'all already had me going to sleep at 3 a.m. every morning. Man. Yeah. Okay, I see y'all. I see you with the yeses. Love it, TD. I enjoy all the streams. I appreciate that, man. Y'all make sure you hit that like button, though. All right, man. Let's hear from defensive end Jaylen Phillips talking about being selected at number 18 overall, man. Another great kid that, man, it's just amazing how many people don't know about him. Shout out to Andres Madrid with the donation, said, the pick I'm excited about is Phillips. This dude is a top 10 talent. He sat out for a year. Didn't matter. Killed it. For y'all that didn't know, now you know. Now you do. Yeah, and that's the sad part. People don't know. A lot of people don't even know nothing about Phillips. Never even saw a game of this kids. Never even watched the game, y'all. And that's the crazy part of it all. And that's why they were like, what? We got Phillips? No, we got a winner. We got a winner. All right, let's hear from the kid himself. Here we go. Jaylen Phillips, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Jaylen, congrats on getting drafted. Just want to know what you're feeling right now. How cool is it to be drafted by, a city that's already welcomed you once with open arms?
Man, words can't even describe how I feel right now. I mean, it's literally like an out-of-body experience. But I'm just so grateful for Miami as a city. They embraced me when I came into the U, and they've supported me for the last 2 years of my journey. And so there's no place I'd rather be, man. Back to the 305. This is crazy, man. I'm so excited.
Omar Kelly.
Jaylen, what's this process been like for you? I mean, a couple of years ago, your football career was over and it looked bleak for you, and now you're a first-round pick.
Man, all I can say about that is perseverance, man. There was good days, there was bad days, but at the end of the day, man, I kept my faith. I stayed humble and I worked hard, and I had great people around me to support me and carry me through this process. So it's been surreal. I mean, these last 2 years of my life, like so much has changed, and I'm just so blessed to be in this position that I am right now, and so thankful for everybody who's helped me along the way.
Didn't think he would play football again, y'all. Had retired from college football. Them concussions ain't no joke. He thought about it. He didn't want to be, he didn't want to have long-term issues, but he had that itch to still play after taking a year off. And he saw Miami's defensive end sat out for the year, and he said, man, let me hit this transfer portal and get to Miami. And balled out and ended up being the #1 defensive end coming off the board. And it's crazy to me? A lot of professionals mock drafts had him #1 off the board at the defensive end position anyway. What people need to understand, if this kid didn't have concussion concerns, he would have been a top 8 pick. If he didn't have concussion concerns, he would have been top 8 easy. There are 2 players in this draft that probably would have been top 8 had they not had injury concerns. Jaylen Phillips was one of them, and Caleb Farley was the other. And we got one of the blue chip talents that, as long as he can stay healthy from a concussion standpoint, this is like a steal. As long as he can stay healthy, this is a steal. At 18, this kid, listen, we might have selected him at 6 had he not had these concussions. That's how talented he is. That's how valuable he was. And at the end of the day, Miami felt real good that for 2 years straight, he had 0 concussions. And now he that guy, man. Here we go. And he stayed humble, worked hard, and had a great group of people around him. That's all you ask of any pro. That's why that kid Wilson that we got from Tennessee, the tackle, see, that's what he lacked. Humility and a good team around him of people. That's what he lacked.
Omar Ruiz.
Hi, Jaylen. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just curious, what your relationship was like with Brian Flores, or your interactions, your impressions of him as you kind of got to know him a little bit during this process.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like an extremely genuine guy, and I'm so excited to be able to come in and do everything I can to help out this team. So, I had great interactions with the Dolphins, and I mean, I'm just, like I said, man, I'm just so excited to be back in Miami, back in the 305. It's funny because I just moved all my stuff out of Coral Gables back home to LA, and now I'm going back to Miami. So it's another road trip coming in for me.
Cam?
Stephen Ross, fly that man out. He shouldn't be talking about no road trip.
Obviously, a lot of people viewed you as maybe the top edge rusher in this class, but the question was the concussions. I guess, can you take us through maybe what you've dealt with since UCLA with those, and where you are, and if you had to make teams comfortable with your medical?
Yeah, I mean, I had 2 concussions while I was at UCLA. I mean, I play football, man. It's a physical sport. So, ask anybody in the NFL, I guarantee you they've had some concussions in their time. So, it's nothing to be worried about. Obviously, the team was comfortable with my medical history and just addressing it with it, man. The way I looked at it, like I had nothing to hide, man. I just was forthcoming with everything and just really got let them get to know me as a person, so that they could be, extremely comfortable with the situation.
Josh?
Nice.
Hey, Jaylen, congrats, man. You talked about, having to move all your stuff back. What's the familiarity though? Like, you get to stay in the same building, share the same home field. Did you ever make it out to any Dolphins games? But more importantly, what's it mean? That sense of comfort that you have in this area.
Yeah, I never made it out to a Dolphins game, but I've said it before in a tweet, man. Like Los Angeles made me, but Miami saved me, and so I owe a lot to this city, and I'm so excited to be able to come back and be able to play here.
Quote of the
as long as I
year.
can.
Los Angeles made me, but Miami saved me. Ooh, Jaylen Phillips, baby.
It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
How?
Jaylen, congratulations. Welcome back to Miami.
Thank you.
What are you going to do for the Dolphins? What are you going to offer them?
Man, my tenacity and my hard work, that's something I can really hang my hat on, man. I'm going to come in day one and just do the most that I can for the team, man. Just come in, be a humble servant, really come in just ready to soak up everything, be a sponge, and just put my head down and work, man. I want to earn the respect of my teammates and my coaches first and foremost. So, I'm just excited for this opportunity. It's crazy. I keep saying that, but I can't even believe it. It's insane.
Young Jaylen Phillips, man. 10 years from now, we're gonna be talking about
Hey,
he gonna
Jaylen,
be
I
a Pro
got two
Bowler.
questions for you, man. I guess
Me,
the first one
a
is,
Hall of
what,
Famer.
Pass rushers did you or defensive players did you look up to growing up early in your career? And the other one is, you're very into music. Do you have any plans of making a song or a beat that you made it to the league?
Growing up, I used to watch Sean Merriman. I watched some tape of Lawrence Taylor. Those are some older guys, and then just more recently, guys like the Bosa brothers, man, the Watt brothers, Chandler Jones, guys I really kind of modeled my game after. But music, man, I don't plan on making any songs or anything like that, man. I'm all in, man. I'm coming in to play football, and I'm excited to get into the facilities, man, and work my butt off. I don't want to say.
You say it. Talk your talk, Jaylen.
Cam?
Hey, Jaylen, obviously you coming into a scheme in Miami that they're really versatile. They play, stand up with the edge guys and with the hand down. Where do you feel most comfortable, and kind of where would you grade your versatility as far as an edge rusher?
Yeah, I mean, I feel comfortable really doing anything. I played in a 3-4 outside linebacker system. I played in a 4-3 hand in the dirt system. So, I really feel like I can do it all.
Versatility.
And really whatever's required of me and whatever coach wants me to do, man, I'll be able to do. So I'm just excited to learn the system and come in and really just take my game to that next level.
Omar Ruiz?
Hey, Jaylen, just curious, as a football fan, your impressions of Jaylen Waddle, your other newest teammate here, and kind of your excitement about his game.
He's a dog, man. I've been watching him for a little while now, and he's just electric, man. That's one way I can describe him. He's a playmaker through and through. So, I'm super excited to get to know him, man. I know he's going to contribute to this team greatly. Absolutely, man. He's a stud.
What's up, baby?
Thank you.
Omar Kelly?
I wanted to ask you about what's it like to be the first edge rusher, first pass rusher selected in this draft.
It's a blessing, man. And, there's a bunch of other great guys, namely Greg, obviously. Me and Greg are really tight. And so I'm super excited to see where he ends up. But, I just feel
Buffalo,
blessed to be the person
man.
taken, and most importantly, blessed to be able to be taken by the Dolphins. So, yeah, man, this is an amazing opportunity.
He ended up in Buffalo. Y'all gonna be playing against each other twice a year. Well, not directly against each other.
Jaylen, I'd like to go back to your pro day. Obviously, that had a big impact for you. You had a really good day out there. How did you feel after that performance? And did you start to sense that Miami might be the team based on any feedback they gave you from your pro day performance?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a relief. I could take a deep breath after that performance. I spent 3 months like day in and day out preparing for that. So it was really fun to be able to do as well as I did in that. And then honestly, I had no idea, man. You know how this draft works, man. You really have no idea where you're going to end up. So, when I got that call and it said Miami Dolphins, man, it was like a dream come true, man. It's unbelievable.
It had to be, man. It's crazy.
It's like full circle, man. This is all God's plan. It's incredible.
Anybody have anything else for Jaylen? We'll go to David.
Hey, Jaylen, you said you had to move all your stuff out of your Coral Gables apartment, and now you're going to be moving it all back. I was wondering how familiar you became with maybe real estate in Miami, where you plan on living now, if you have any plans like that, or what you want to do with your first paycheck.
I mean, I definitely want to be close to facilities. So, the Hard Rock facilities are going to be open pretty soon. So, anywhere I can be close up in North Miami. So, Weston, Davie, even Fort Lauderdale, maybe just, I know my way around there a little bit. I spent some time up north. I was down in Coral Gables for the most part, but I definitely spent some time up north. So, wherever the team recommends that, I should stay, and really just kind of being close to the facility, being able to get that vibe and really kind of acclimate.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Miami Dolphins 2021 first round NFL picks. Jaylen Waddle and Jaelan Phillips. Two studs, two guys that fit the mold, two Flores and Grier guys. Man, I'm just thinking about the offseason, how much stuff we have to talk about. Man, we got to, oh my gosh, this is going to be electric, y'all. So much to talk about. So much to talk about, man. How these guys are going to fit in, their expectations. But the reality is, I don't want to hamper on that too much. We got two exciting guys. I'm not going to go into strengths and weaknesses. That's going to be on player profiles throughout the summer. Well, I mean, I'll probably give some of those videos coming up soon within the next few days. But the reality is now we transition, ladies and gentlemen, into the second round tonight, all right? The second round starts tonight, and this is where you win. This is where teams win. Second, third round, this is where teams win, okay? Most of some of the most valuable players in NFL history, this is where they are selected in the second and third round. It is not the first round, ladies and gentlemen. It's the second and third round. And the Miami Dolphins have the picks, and we're going to be picking pretty quickly tonight at number 36, hopefully. And we got some other needs. We all know we need a center. We all know that we can definitely use a running back. We all know that we can also use some additional help on the interior offensive line and or tackle, even if it's a depth standpoint. So this is where the curiosity starts to creep in. What will the Miami Dolphins do? What will they do tonight? And that's the big story. Matter of fact, I'm going to be honest. I don't even know what time the draft start tonight. Let me see. NFL draft time. Let me see. What time does it start tonight? Some of y'all probably know way more than me. Let's see here. 7. It starts at 7 Eastern tonight, all right? At some point, either today, I may do another live because I still want to get everybody's reaction to last night. I want to see what people have to say about last night. So if there's any breaking news, I will be live today because I got some business I got to take care of as well. But if there's breaking news, I will be live. If there's no breaking news, I'm going to pick at some point today to go live because I want to hear what everybody else has to say about what happened last night. What do they think about how things went down? And then we're going to be live for the show tonight around probably right around 7. It'll be about 6:45 probably, all right? We'll start day 2 somewhere around 6:45 and we'll go from there, all right? Let me see. Game a number of times. Does this mean Grant is gone? Oh well. Anywho, but I want to thank y'all for tuning in this morning. Here at TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We got our two studs of the future. Now we got to go into day 2 and really compliment this team and set it up right. Because here's the deal, y'all. When have we ever felt like we're good at every position? Never. I don't remember the last time we felt that way. But in the rest of this draft, in day 2, if we can get us a running back, get us a center of the future, and maybe a little bit more depth on the interior of the O-line, and maybe a safety or a linebacker, I'm telling y'all, I mean, y'all got to really look at this roster and think to yourself, man, what do we need now? I mean, it feels like we're coming up to a point that we don't need anything. Yeah, we can pick players for the future, but for this season, we're coming up on a point to where we feel like we don't need anything. We good. It's wartime. Expectations are starting to get higher and higher now. And I'm here for it, man. So I think 2 key areas are going to be running back and center. But again, center, I think we got a viable center for now to potentially battle for a position to start. But at the same token, I would say going to this season, we got to get us a running back. And we're ready for war, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready for war. And I'm loving every bit of it, man. Will we get a running back tonight? I don't know. We'll see. We picking 4 picks, but will somebody move up right away and get the running back? Or will the Miami Dolphins move up and get them? Or will we stay pat because we got our eyes on a specific someone that nobody's even talking about? We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. But again, I appreciate y'all coming through this morning. We had almost 700 people watching us. So hopefully y'all hit that like button. Let me see. Stop screen share. Hopefully y'all hit that like button to show your love and support for the stream. We got 332 likes. Let's get 1,000 likes on this video. I think we're up to like 1,600 likes on last night's video. So thank y'all for coming through and doing that. All right. And shout out to Chris Sports Talk last night. Y'all make sure y'all go check the little homie out and subscribe to his channel. But anyway, man, I'm about to get up out of here and start my day. That's it, man. I gotta save this voice because I'm losing it. And I'm trying my best. So let me go ahead and start resting the vocals. And I will see y'all at some point today because I want to get y'all take on what you think about the draft last night. I want to bring some of y'all on camera to give me y'all thoughts about last night. But appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. It's TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I got you, George Albanese. I'm going to get some tea. But peace. I'll see y'all soon. Good morning to y'all. I might go give me another hour of sleep if I can. All right, I'm out.